Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
The end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Well, not welcome back. Welcome to the first episode of the Energon Universe Podcast, where we're going to be discussing all the new Energon Universe books, Void Rivals, Transformers mostly, and some G.I. Joe. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, well, if you've listened to this feed, you know this man. Because if you've listened to a podcast in the last 6 months, you probably know Dustin the Owl.
That's right. Transforming on all my way from Cybertron in exile.
He's taken over the king of podcasting from Ray since he's addicted to the Marvel Snap. And of course, straight from Kentucky, newly married, and no, it is not one of his relatives. It is Russell. As far as I know, I don't know.
Starscream. No, I am happy to be here. It's I don't get to talk about Transformers too often, so it's a nice outlet.
That is nice. And I think the first time that all three of us talked together at the same time was for an episode about Transformers when we covered Megatron on Tomes of Evil. And that was about 2 years ago. So yeah,
I think that memory popped up on my Facebook like not too long ago. I was like, man, that was 2 years already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. I was gonna say, besides the comics, if we wanted to, like, if I don't know if anyone gets any updates. I mean, if we see any new toys that we think look impressive or anything, like
I get all the updates on that stuff. So.
Like 2 weeks or so ago, I got like the Ironhide and the Prow. It's like I guess they're doing like a series on the like the move from the movie.
Oh yeah.
Version.
Well, the only good movie, the animated movie. But yeah, it's like battle damaged Ironhide and Prow.
They also just announced a reissue of the original Perceptor.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. Telescope in action. Not telescope.
Whoa!
Never mind.
All right, but yeah, so all right, I know Russell, you said you were going to reread Void Rivals, didn't get the chance, you're going to, but yeah, I figured I'd give everyone a real quick brief synopsis on Void Rivals.
I didn't get a chance to read that either, so
yeah. Well, again, I mean, the first issue starts, it's like all right, there's these two I don't want to say warring races, but they're not on good terms. The these two alien races, the Agorians and the Zertonians, they're both basically searching for like natural resources. Like there's some like an icy comet flying by, and they're both of them are just like, oh, if we get that, we'll have a bunch of water and stuff. So, but they each send out a delegate. They both crash on this planet in an uncharted space, and then these two enemies have to kind of work together to try to get off the planet. And in the first issue, as they're like trying to fix one of the ships, they're just like, oh wait, we found this like really old like cruiser or something, and then they like pump enough power into it to like try to like check out the systems. It transforms into Jetfire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, I think I've been out of commission for like millions of years or whatever, So it doesn't even like check on these two. It just like basically takes off, and that's where he's coming from when we'll get to Transformers #1, but that's where he comes from is Void Rivals #1. So
cool. Okay. I wondered if they had set that up.
Yeah. So when he's talking about he doesn't know about the war, it's like, yeah, because he's been deactivated for he guesstimated it was like maybe millions of years. So
Which it was pretty much in line with his first appearance in the cartoon, right? I mean, he came later and he didn't really know what was happening, really.
yeah. They kind of did in the Marvel comics. Well, he was kind of. It was so weird in the Marvel comics. It was like some of the Transformers were built, and some of them were like, because I kind of like sampled some of the IDW stuff. Which again, kids, if you can jump into this stuff without having read any Marvel Transformers or IDW Transformers. But I know they kind of got into it's like, oh, what kind of Transformer are you? Were you one who was if they were made or if they were just like, I don't know, like grown out of Cybertron. It was like a weird distinction and stuff. But again, you don't have to know any of that stuff, kids. This is all fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
This
first issue was
I know Justin and I's friend Anne knows like nothing about Transformers, and she's picking this up. So she's completely fresh. So
yeah. And this is a great jumping on point for new readers that have no history with Transformers whatsoever, that only know of it tangentially through the cartoon or the movies or anything like that. This is a great way for people to get into it.
And it's good for older fans too, because like I was talking to Will on Friday night we were recording. He picked it up too. He's like, this is like the second or third time I picked up Transformers #1, and they just showed up for the first time.
Right. They're just waking up again.
Exactly. But but this Void Rivals, and then in the second one they get off that planet, but then they get picked up at the end, and looks like they're about to get captured by what's his face, Skuxoid. Yeah. And then in the third issue they show that he had like one of the it calls it a quintesson, but it's the lizard looking guy with like the tentacle, not the ones with like the multi faces, but
the little guy with the tentacles.
Yeah.
But the Skuxoid calls him a quintesson too, because he's like, the characters from Void Rivals are like almost trying to help him escape. So he said he'll help them, but the guy Skuxoid's like, oh, I'll give you a working ship if you just leave this guy here. They're like, oh, okay. So they take off, and then in issue 4, Skuxoid takes the quintesson to Cybertron and runs into our favorite one-eyed Willie himself, Shockwave.
Oh, yeah. Is he running things on Cybertron?
It's there's
like
not much.
The cartoon, right?
It's kind of, but it seems like there's not much. He's only on like 2 or 3 pages. It's like I guess there's not much to run, because like he's like, why would you bring this here? And Skuxoid's like, well, they're your enemies. I thought maybe I could trade you for a prisoner. And Shockwave's like, I have nothing to trade. He's like, I barely have enough Energon to keep myself running. He's like, most of my fellow Decepticons are like in stasis.
Wow.
So it seems like, so they really don't go into detail, but it seems like things are not going good on Cybertron.
No.
Yeah, because Shockwave's pretty much saying, yeah, I'm the only working Decepticon right now. So
it's like a barren wasteland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much for you guys. I mean, there's not a ton, but it's like, see, like I said, I make fun, but it seems like Kirkman wanted to write a new book, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'll throw in a Transformer or a quintesson every issue just to weave it into this universe.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that there's quintessons in that. I'll definitely be more interested in reading it just for that fact alone.
Guilty or innocent.
Innocent.
Like I said, it's not the guys with the multi faces. It's that lizard looking one. Yeah.
I think he was the.
It's either Giant or the foreman or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. He had an actual name. I just can't remember what it was.
I can't. It's like I couldn't remember either, because they just call him the quintesson. Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a figure of that guy, thanks to Russell.
Indeed.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got the whole set.
I got the whole set. I bought that off Russell earlier this year.
Is that a newer thing, like the quintesson figures? Because I never really saw that.
Yeah.
That was an exclusive to some type of convention, wasn't it, Russell?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Yeah, I love that. I've got that displayed with pride in my
No
other
one
room.
loves Quintessons more than Justin, so
That's true.
it was destined for him to have it.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, I think toy technology has caught up with Transformers because, like, I got that Prow and Ironhide, and like, they transform and everything. And I was looking, I was like, man, there's a lot more steps to transform these. I remember as a kid, I would try to transform them without looking at the instructions. But yeah, they're
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
more complex now transforming them. It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
like swing the
that's
hip
true.
around, and yeah, it's just before it's basically just like pushing the arms and like put the legs in and stuff. Yeah.
but
Do you
now
guys
of course,
remember your? Oh, go ahead, Russell.
just saying, now they have an Optimus Prime that transforms itself. So
Mhm.
Oh, what do you do? Just press a button and it
yeah,
unfolds? Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you guys remember what your first Transformer toy was? Your very first one?
Yes.
I don't. I was gonna say I don't remember my very first one. It might have been Bumblebee, but again, I'm the old school. I was like early '80s. So I
Right.
was there in the beginning. It's like I remember my Bumblebee the metal Optimus Prime. You could kill a bitch with. Yeah, I literally dropped him out of a second-story window. Nothing, no damage. Maybe a scratch, but no damage.
Barely a scratch.
That's when they made him the last. Yeah, Soundwave had a Soundwave and blaster. Yeah.
My first that I remember, obviously no surprise here, they were Beast Wars. They weren't
Oh yes,
G1. But it was a character called Nocturo who wasn't even in the cartoon. But
wasn't that a bat?
It was a bat and a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because this was when they were doing the hybrids, like the Fusors is what they call them.
Okay, I love that.
And but other than him, I also had Optimus Primal.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, those are the first two I remember having.
So what was your first, Justin? 'Cause you're old.
Mine was the very first Ratchet.
Oh,
Which
when he really didn't have like legs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't have legs, and he had that weird like platform thing with the cannon on it that like was supposed to shoot projectiles out but never did, and that was also solid metal. And I remember throwing that at a friend that I was mad at.
Oh man. How long were they in the ER after?
Well, in my defense, they threw something at me first. So,
okay.
It's just, yeah.
That's assault with a deadly weapon.
I know, yeah. Well, I was mad,
I mean, back when Justin and I were kids, I mean, it was a feast. I mean, nowhere near as good as Transformers. We had GoBots.
GoBots, those were cast iron metal too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet there were a lot of ambulance ER trips due to GoBots.
Well, it's like the whole myth, not the myth, but the whole thing about the rocket firing Boba Fett that never actually came out, all because some kid shot a Battlestar Galactica toy into their throat and choked on a missile.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that was it. That was the end of that. Yeah.
Well, it's a way to weeded out the weak in the
80s. Darwinism in full effect.
Exactly.
Don't, for God's sake, don't put Stinkor in your mouth. Damn it.
Stinkor. Oh my God, the slime pit.
The slime pit. Yes. That was the best.
I remember in the 90s there was like a Spider-Man equivalent for the 90s cartoon, something to do with slime. And we brought that home and it immediately got on my mom's carpet and I never saw that thing again. I never saw it again.
I'm trying to
stain the carpet.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Didn't they have on the slime for the Masters of the Universe slime pit, Justin, wasn't it? I think it even says, yeah, don't come in contact with like carpet or
yes, do not use on a carpet. Yeah. And of course, nobody paid attention to that little rule.
They're like, here's our warning so we don't get sued. Oh, yeah, stoves them, carpet, fabric.
That slime's only meant for trap jaw. That's it.
Right.
I was like, who did it? What's Spider-Man version? I'm like, what was that? Was that greasy hobgoblin? Is that what you're?
Oh no, it was some kind of play set. It was. I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, there was some kind of slime in it, and Mom wasn't happy.
Oh, that's so funny.
That greasy hobgoblin.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah. So, but like I said, just a real brief appearance in Void Rivals 4. Yes, shock. Look at that shockwave.
Nice. That's some good art right there. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I saw it. I don't know if it was an variant cover or maybe it might have been a second printing, but yeah, I think there was like a shockwave cover.
Nice.
Because I did see that there was like I don't know if it was a second printing. There's a Jetfire cover for issue 1 and stuff. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
surprised
there's a ton of variant covers.
I'm surprised there's not like an homage to the, what was it, Transformers Must Die or Autobots Must Die, that classic Shockwave cover.
That was number 5 on the Marvel one. Yeah, I mean, we might get something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're just like, yeah, let's not call back to the Transformers. Let's not to the Marvel stuff.
They're calling more back to the cartoon than anything.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
that is
again, I mean,
true.
I think more people know the cartoon.
Of course.
Yeah.
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 All right. So we want to get to Transformers number 1.
We do.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
All right. So what you guys think? Well, we get a version of Spike and his father in here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I have never particularly cared for the Witwicky family throughout all media, especially Shia LaBeouf. But
true.
I was actually I was invested in them in this story because guess what? It's something way more realistic and more I guess soap opera-y, It's
better written for one thing.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Spike and Sparky.
I mean, like the Bumblebee movie and like the Beast Wars, this latest Rise of the Beast one. I mean, they're all right, but most of the live action Transformers, I'm just like,
Not good.
Yeah.
especially if it's Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was so bad.
But yeah, I mean, in this version, I guess. So Spike had a brother, Jimmy, who was an astronaut who died. I was waiting for him to say, "Oh, your brother Buster."
Oh, Buster. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do something like your brother went off to the military and his name was Duke.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Your older brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then yes, he has a friend, Carly, which I believe that's like.
That's an awesome van.
Does anybody know how old Spike was supposed to be in that original cartoon? Because I saw I was reading an article recently, and they were talking about that original cartoon, and I don't know if they were like telling people about who aren't too familiar. They're like, oh yeah, Spike, who was like 14 years old. They're saying,
14.
That's what I was saying. I thought he was older than that, but they were like, yeah, it seemed like he was like 14, and meanwhile he was like working with his dad on an oil rig or something, which was
On an oil rig. I know.
Child labor.
highly illegal. Yeah, well, they were wearing hard hats half the time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gathered from this comic that he was like 17 or 18.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought too. Like right out of high school or something.
Yeah, because he's talking about going training to be an astronaut.
Now, Carly, was she in the cartoon?
F you, I think. I know there was a girl.
Later on.
Was that the Megan Fox character? Was her name Carly, or was that?
I don't think.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Was Shia LaBeouf even Spike? I didn't think he was Spike.
No, he was Sam Witwicky.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
But Carly has an awesome van.
Oh, hell yeah.
She did the art. She did the art herself, which I love. Yeah.
That is the most 80s awesome van I have ever seen.
It is.
You got like the full D&D crew on it with
I was
a
gonna
dragon.
say, it looks like some Dungeons and Dragons. I can see Justin hanging in his head. Yeah, I play D&D. Suck it.
Absolutely.
This was back before it was cool.
Yes. I would
But-
ride with Carly any day.
Yeah, the barbarian guy looks like the perfect combination between Conan and He-Man. So
Totally. Yeah, my favorite biscuit.
Justin, is He-Man a biscuit?
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Probably not the '80s one with that bowl cut or whatever, but
Not with the bowl cut, no. But the Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Dolph Lundgren and the early animated one from the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
That's an animated biscuit if there's ever one.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But yeah, I like our little. I like the trouble with Transformers is like the human part. It's kind of like the same problem with like a Godzilla movie, or
Right.
you have to have interesting humans, or what's the point? You're just if you're just waiting for the next fight, it's not really about a movie at that point, or a comic or anything. It's just mindless entertainment. So you have to have the human hook, and I think they successfully give a good human hook here. Is it a little overplayed, like the alcoholic dad who lost one of their kids and they're burdening down the other one? Yeah, it's a little played out, but not really in Transformers. It's not.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right. We've seen that a lot in other media and other types of stories, but not necessarily in a framework of a Transformers story.
Right.
So they Spike and Carly go stargazing and fall I guess through a hole in this or on the side of this cliff, and what's that?
I'm sorry, if I took that fall, I wouldn't be getting up.
There would be lots of broken bones.
Oh!
If it didn't kill you, you'd want to be dead after that fall.
Kill me! I'm right here. Do it.
Kill
Oh!
me! Somebody kill me!
Gotta rub that
But
one
this
out.
artwork, this artwork is gorgeous when they first show the back of the spaceship, and then the next page, when they find the Transformers inside, all dead and bashed up. It's so good.
They just had an orgy.
Oh my.
Looks like it didn't end very well.
Hold on, Justin. You know he's going to fit in that tailpipe joke like we were talking about before.
My tailpipe's bigger than Megatron's for sure.
Oh! So and then Jetfire comes flying in straight from Void Rivals #1. Basically, again, and I think this is the first time we've seen this in comics. This is straight from the cartoon Teletran 1.
Yep.
Teletran 1, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love that callback.
Yep. And they start to wake up, and it takes a turn.
The first one who wakes up, the king of petty himself, Starscream.
What luck is that? Starscream is the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess him and Jetfire were friends or comrades.
Well, that's from the cartoon too, because when Jetfire first shows up, he's like, "Oh, I used to be friends with Starscream, so he must be the good guy. So I'll be a Decepticon." And then throughout his first appearance, he's like, "Oh, these are the bad guys." Imagine thinking Starscream was the good guy.
I know. There's naive, and then there's that.
If Starscream's the good guy, I don't want to meet the villain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
there are worse things out there in the universe that we know about.
Don't you say his name.
I won't do it.
Big spoilers, kids. I mean, the first thing Starscream does is he basically blows off Bumblebee's head.
Yeah, there goes
that
Bumblebee.
Was surprising.
Yeah.
But once again, the robots. I mean, again, eventually we might,
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
right.
Or
yeah,
unless we just jump to like, oh hey, we rebuilt him. He's Goldbug now.
he's
Oh,
Goldbug.
God.
Yeah, they might do that. Yeah,
But I remember when because they were doing that thing where every day they were revealing who was on the teams,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Well, that's Bumblebee. That's got to be Bumblebee," and it's Cliff
Cliff
Jumper.
Jumper. Yeah.
So
Oh,
why
yeah.
isn't Bumblebee on the team? Well, he dead. He dead.
That's not Bumblebee. That's Bumblebee there. Bumblebee's dead.
That's gonna
No,
be a drop, isn't it?
No, it just reminded me last night, Lil, that I were reviewing the Crow. Does anyone remember the Crow?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Of course.
I'm not Skank. Skank dead. No, that's not me. That's Skank dead.
Watch out for those Joker nuggets.
Oh.
Where's the Joker nuggets?
So then, well, I guess, Starscream basically attacks Jetfire, but Teletran is able to bring back Optimus, which, as Russell pointed out, I mean, look at these wrestling moves, man. He gives him the old clothesline,
Yep.
Clothesline,
suplex.
suplex.
Yes.
Oh,
That
love
is
it.
a German suplex. It's and you could even I'm going to get real nerdy here. The way that he grabs him from behind and twists him into the clothesline, that would be called a Rainmaker clothesline.
Ooh, okay.
I can feel like this is going to be a running theme on every episode. Is hey Russell, what's this move called? Well,
Oh yeah, and then Starscream give him the German suplex. Oh yeah.
and then Optimus, I love his reaction when he sees Spike and Carly for the first time. He's like, "What the fuck are you?"
Yeah, he's never seen humans before.
No.
But at least, Starscream opens fire. He's like, "Get behind me, small creatures."
Yeah.
And okay, you had to have read this in Peter Cullen's voice, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
That's just
Yes.
Optimus Prime.
I mean,
yeah.
especially as Optimus Prime and Starscream. You know, you read it in the voice.
Starscream too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ratchet.
Yep.
And Ratchet as well, right?
Ratchet gets to come in with another kind of wrestling move, the big boot.
Yeah.
The big boot,
The big boot, yeah.
right to the side of the head.
Yeah, I love how Daniel Warren Johnson, his anatomy on these wrestling moves, it just looks so painful. Like Starscream's the whole shoulder sunken in, and he's like, ah!
His whole body is twisted and contorted. Yeah.
And the onomatopoeia says "katong,
Katong. Yeah.
Oh, I know the sound effects on this are great too.
Yeah, the lettering is top notch in this as well. I should mention that all the robotic speak. It looks really cool. All the sound effects kind of look almost like they're spray painted on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's really cool. It's really striking throughout the whole issue. Grabbed my attention.
Okay, yeah. Then we get Skywarp and Soundwave. You know, you read Soundwave in the voice.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Soundwave, totally. Yes.
So there's Skywarp. Did Thundercracker not get the call? Did he not?
I'm trying to remember
maybe
when they were showing those things like, oh, who's on the team and those ads. I don't think we got all three of them, did we?
I don't think so. Yeah,
Skywarp. Yeah,
he must have been one of the ones that was left behind. Yeah.
There's got to be a reason that he would want to do two of the Seekers over a different Decepticon. I don't know. But anybody that knows anything about Transformers know that Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp are the exact same toy, just painted differently.
Yes. Right. Well, there are a lot of those too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
well, at least until we turn what was it? Is it Skywarp into Cyclonus?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh my God! There's at least one face Transformers group on Facebook where people are just like, "Oh, it was Skywarp. It was changing the Cyclonus. No, it was which is Insecticon.
Oh, it was a big debate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like, who was transformed? Was it Skywarp or was it Bombshell of the Insecticons?
Well, that's like how in that same group, obviously they made Scourge, and then they had the exact same sweeps.
The sweeps, which were
Yeah.
the same thing as Scourge.
Yeah, they were like mini Scourges.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of the arguments. They're like, well, it's like, of course, Bombshell's got to be the Scourge because then they just turn the other Insecticons into the sweeps, you know?
Yeah.
The sweeps, yeah. What a waste of Insecticons.
No,
Yeah.
and then like then there's another debate. It's like, were they dead when the Unicron transformed them? Were they not dead? Do they remember who they were? Do they not? Yeah,
Right.
Oh, my.
Well, it definitely seems like Galvatron remembered who he was.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
Although he kind of went even more batty after he got
Oh,
turned.
yeah.
Maybe that was part of the reason he went crazy.
That's why I love him. I mean, I loved Galvatron's design, just like the purple crown and everything, but also
Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy is fantastic as that character. It makes me so upset that when they did it in the show, it was back to being Frank Welker. Nothing against Frank Welker. I love him, but it's not the same.
Yeah, but they're not paying Leonard Nimoy money for a
No,
every
no.
episode. No.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
But he'll do however many episodes of In Search of, that's for sure.
Well, I guess they ponied up, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this comic.
Yes, enough Nimoy.
We see Ravage doing what he does best and
yeah.
ravaging the hell out of Optimus Prime.
But it seems like he's killed too.
Yeah, I was upset about that. I said, no, not Ravage.
Don't
But
worry,
he
in
might-
Beast
he might
Wars
come
in Beast Wars he'll come back as a Russian agent.
Oh, no.
Well, Lord.
Anyway,
Oh
But-
wait, well, because Prime's covering Ratchet while Ratchet's like loading up his trailer with like the wounded. Like,
yeah.
auto. But no, look on this page, isn't that Thundercracker getting reassembled?
Oh,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a
Okay.
lot to do this episode, but or this issue. But yeah, it looks like he's getting
You're right.
reassembled there.
So we will see him again. Okay.
Unless he's dying right there.
And then-
But
Oh wait, and then next to Thundercracker, there isn't that one of the what's the name of the three that turn into like a camera?
Devastator? Oh no.
No.
Oh,
I forget their name.
the camera? Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember the camera's name.
Because I mean, they really weren't on the cart. They might have been like one episode or two of the cartoon, but I just saw I just saw a post the other day about the toy.
Let's see. You guys go ahead. I'll do a quick Google search here.
That's what I was doing.
Oh,
Is it Refractor?
that's it. Has
Yeah.
to be.
Oh, Refractor. That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Or Reflector?
It might be.
Oh, it's both. Apparently, it's both.
Wasn't there?
Oh,
there was
is
a bad
it-
one and there was an Autobot and a Decepticon.
I
right?
thought it was gonna be the whole Jetfire Skyfire debate. Okay.
Right. Apparently, on the Transformers wiki, it lists both Reflector and Refractor as names. So, okay, that's it.
There you go. So we're gonna see one of them.
Somebody's
whichever
gonna
one
be
that is.
taking some pictures.
Yeah.
But we kind of skipped over Optimus dealing with Bumblebee's death and how horrific that was.
That's true. Yeah. He cradles the body.
And
of Bumblebee.
Spike sees this, which is, I mean, because that's in the cartoon, that's Spike's best buddy is Bumblebee. So it's kind of ironic that he's witnessing Bumblebee's lifeless corpse.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I kind of missed this. You didn't know what I think happened here. I think when Prime shoots out Teletran 1 to stop more Decepticons, I think he stops it when Thundercracker's in mid
Oh, okay.
reach.
So-
Because they see his head hit the floor again and Starscream freaking out.
I see.
So you're probably not going to see Thundercracker.
Well, maybe not right away.
I bet they're going to fix Teletran and get some more Transformers in the later on issues of the series.
Oh yeah, some way they're gonna bring in more Transformers.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should overdo it. We don't need
No, yeah,
40 Transformers to keep track
no,
of.
certainly not. It
Well,
was
I think-
smart of them to start this out with a small amount of characters.
Yeah, keep it small at first, because like I like the '80s, like the Marvel comic. I think they were they felt beholden to like every time a new toy was introduced,
Yep.
and like,
Exactly.
introducing new
Yeah.
ones. And then IDW, it seems like I
Oh
said,
my God.
I've just sampled, but they went nuts. There were so many.
A million of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
This art of Optimus blowing up Teletran 1 is so cool, though.
Oh
It's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just him blasting away with that cannon.
And
love it.
then Ratchet holding the door for Optimus. Optimus, we're loaded up. And then he's like, whoa. And Optimus is doing that action hero run.
Yeah. With cradling the two kids.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
And he
on the
finally
next page,
he says our iconic line.
we got it. Yeah.
Yep.
Roll out.
Yes.
Oh, I love that panel so
Transform,
much.
roll out.
Ratchet and Optimus together. It's so good.
Jetfire gets messed up big time by Starscream in a dogfight, and that art is also incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
But the other Decepticons are complaining because they're like, dude, we're almost out of Energon. We can't be doing all this stuff. Just slow down. And Starscream he's being hot-headed and stubborn. He doesn't want to listen. But
yeah, and then we kind of get a hint at the big question everyone had, because Soundwave's like, the harvesting is up to you. It's what Meg. He's like, do not say that name.
Yeah. I am leader of the Decepticons now.
Also, Jetfire dies.
Well, he ceases functioning.
Oh, it's the same thing, Phil. Come on.
I know, but
now.
again,
But he might come back.
the robots,
Like
they can bring him
Bumblebee.
back,
Maybe, maybe they'll find a way to bring him back.
This ending, though, wasn't quite expecting this.
Oh,
Yeah. Starscream attacks the place where the dad works.
Mm-hmm.
The power plant where the dad works.
And his friend Dave.
His friend Dave, who was trying to have a heart-to-heart with him a couple of minutes beforehand, all of a sudden gets grabbed by Starscream and crushed to death. And that's how the issue ends.
This is one of my, this. I don't know if you. That is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I love that.
And then
so fragile,
that could have been lifted from
squishy,
the
so pathetic.
Squish.
Oh god, it's so good. That could have been lifted from one of those classic Marvel comics from the early 80s. It's so good.
We should all. The next page is all about the letters. We should all send in a letter about this issue.
Yeah,
We should do
Yes.
that.
You know what? I did yes, kids. I did email Daniel Warren Johnson to see if he would join us again. Of course, he's busy. So
Oh well, naturally,
Yeah.
yeah.
after a while, I did send him another one. I'm like, the door's open. I'm like, anytime you want to talk about a new issue comes out, just let us
Yeah,
know.
maybe
But
I
sometime
have
in
to-
the future we can.
I have to ask him so many wrestling questions.
I was gonna say,
Oh yeah,
I know if nothing else, Russell's gonna be like, yes.
yes.
We can be kindred spirits.
Yeah, maybe sometime in the future he'll join us. That would be great. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it looks like he may be around our age, Justin, because he's talking about all those old Transformers toys and stuff. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. So, what are our thoughts overall on the issue?
Oh, I'm here for it. Give me more.
100% in.
Me
100% in.
Yes.
It's like a more mature, still not like overtly mature. I think a young adult could get into this. I don't know if it's for kids because there's
The guy gets crushed to death.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
but
I
It's rated,
was
it's
happy
rated
at the same
for
time.
teen.
Yeah, I was happy it wasn't too dark.
yeah.
When I saw that it was going to be an image book, that was my only concern. I didn't want it to be too dark and too bloody and too over the top with the heavy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Image has come a long way since the 90s. So
Oh, absolutely.
but
Yeah,
it's a great like modern take on specifically the cartoon.
yes.
which is something that most of the comics didn't really do. Of course, they take stuff from the cartoon, but most of the comics were their absolute own thing, or the Marvel comic was like it was an alternate take on the cartoon's events, where this is basically the 80s cartoon, but more adult.
A retelling.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder which way Daniel Warren Johnson's going to take, because again, it's like in the 80s cartoon, it was basically like the humans were always like, "Oh, the Decepticons are attacking. Let's call the Autobots do Teletran 1." The Marvel comic, humans were just like, "Oh, all robots are bad. We must destroy them. We'll try to destroy them all." Yeah.
Well, I wanted to point something out. Go back to the cover here.
Which one? I think there was like 20
covers.
Well,
the main cover with Optimus and like this. He's got two different Autobot symbols on him.
Oh, I didn't notice that, Russell.
I don't know if that has meaning or what, but they are different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Huh. I didn't notice that at all. That's cool.
Or unless maybe one's like a rank or something.
No, maybe that's the symbol of the prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't catch that. Good catch, Russell. I didn't see that.
How much ass did Optimus Prime kick in this?
I
said
God.
Kick.
Yeah.
How much did he kick in this issue? It's
so much. Yeah, I love it. I wasn't happy about Ravage getting blown up, but I loved everything else.
No, we still got Laserbeak though, so
we do.
And
Rumble,
I guess
Rumble Frenzy.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, oh, that's true. Rat Bat.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Rat Bat. Yeah.
So I guess we all said we're all in. I feel like this can do what the IDW Turtles series did, where it kind of takes from every version of the characters and makes something new out of it.
Make something new and accessible. And
so I'm wondering where you guys think we're going from here. Do we think we're just gonna it's gonna be like season 1 of the cartoon, or are they just gonna go in their own direction?
Maybe like a little of both. Maybe like in the spirit of season 1, but did kind of their own thing.
Right. And we got to know how they're eventually going to tie in G.I. Joe, because that's coming.
Well, that Duke miniseries, I believe it said something, and it's like no one believes them, and they got attacked by this alien plane, which again is probably like Starscream or something.
Yeah.
I need the team up between Starscream and Cobra Commander for sure.
Oh, man. It has to happen. The dual voices,
Yes.
Cobra.
You sound familiar.
I think it's interesting. Oh, go ahead, Justin. I've cut you off twice now. Go ahead.
That's okay. No, I was just going to say I can see them doing a crossover with the G.I. Joe title, because this is going to be an ongoing series, right? This isn't a mini series.
The Transformers, I'm pretty sure it's an ongoing. Yeah.
I can see them doing a crossover pretty soon here, like within the first 6, 7, 8 issues, maybe.
Well, that's like when we and Russell were kind of talking about before you jumped on. It's like the Duke and Cobra Commander. I think those are mini series, but it's like, of course, Larry Hama is doing more G.I. Joe. We're like, does that tie in? Because they're picking up right at 301 where he left off at 300. So I'm just like, is that going to tie in, or is that going to?
I figure that's just going to be its own thing.
Although Transformers have been in the G.I. Joe comic before.
That's true.
Towards the end of the Marvel run, they did it. So I mean, there's precedent for they're in the same universe. So that's when they transform Megatron into a tank. They rebuild him as a tank.
That's right.
I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Yes.
Me too. I'm happy this is an ongoing.
And I think it's interesting that they're kicking off G.I. Joe with 2 minis that are from the point of view of your main hero and your main villain.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I would almost expect them to kind of do something similar, because, it's like Megatron's not here, so
Mhm.
what if they didn't do? What if we just got Serpentor, or we've got
Oh,
Destro
yeah.
in charge? You know,
Right.
but
Or Dr. Mindbender.
I love him. He's got the best mustache.
That monocle means business.
Mhm. I am partial to the Hard Master. No, but
There's a drop for that.
The Hard Master.
I do really like Croc Master. I love him. He's doesn't get to do much, but he comes with a freaking crocodile. So
yeah, we need to see more of Crocmaster. Yeah, he's got a great outfit too with that mask.
And I mean, there's no chance in hell they're not using Snake Eyes. Come on.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't the first thing out the gate.
Me too. Yeah,
right.
One of the first miniseries. Yeah. Well, he'll be in the first issue of the G.I. Joe ongoing.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and again, I mean, just call back to any classic comics, not even just Transformers or G.I. Joe. Keep that corner box looking thing, on all the covers. It looks like on the previews for the G.I. Joe, they're doing that too. So
I love it.
I love corner boxes on comics.
Me too. It's classic.
Gotcha.
Well,
are we having ratings here?
Yeah, what would we give this for a rating system?
Oh, how many Energon cubes?
Energon cubes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying 5 out of 5 Energon cubes.
Me too.
Oh yeah, me too. Full tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Full tank. Yeah. Yeah, we're unanimous. I loved it. I thought it was a great beginning to this series. It was nostalgic without being overly sentimental, and it was a nice fresh retelling of a story that we all know.
Yeah.
But it was enough to be entertaining and gripping and make me want to see what happens next.
Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be overly sentimental when Bumblebee got his face blown off.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I hope we get like an in-universe explanation why Teletran rebuilt Soundwave as 1980s technology while it's 23.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, at first with the van, I thought it was going to be the 80s. I thought.
Oh, well,
but
I guess it could be because I mean they
don't put a timestamp on this. Yeah, so it could.
Well, with everything tying together, then the G.I. Joe would have to be 1980s too.
Right.
True. That's true.
I mean, unless this is like a this first issue Transformers is a flashback or something.
There's lots of different ways they could take it, I guess. Yeah.
Unless we're going to keep it vague and just,
not put a date on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it when they do that, when they leave it open like that.
Kind of like Batman the Animated Series where they just leave it,
Yeah. It could be the 40s, it could be the 90s, it could be in the future.
So we're going to take a bet right now. How long before, how many years or arcs, how long is it going to take before we get our first mention of Unicron?
Oh, I bet they're going to wait until maybe the second year of this title.
At least, I'd say. Because you know what? I know what I'm betting. I'm betting by the end of the first year, that's when Megatron shows up. The end of the first, around the end of the first year. That'll be like a big event or something. Yeah.
Some big climactic story. Yeah.
It would be really cool. I can see it now. Like, imagine, you always get the big fight with Unicron and everything. But now you can have the G.I. Joe in there as well.
True. Yeah.
And also, what if Cobra has to team with them to help save the Earth? Because not even Cobra wants to destroy the Earth necessarily. So
there's nowhere else for them to go. So they've kind of got.
I can see it now. Cool. The cover image: Duke and Cobra Commander shaking hands, and Unicron looming in the background. That's it. Print it.
Oh,
money.
Yes.
No, you're covered. Duke and Cobra Commander shaking hands, and behind them, like Optimus Prime and either Megatron or Starscream shaking hands.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Okay, I want to hear your all's best Megatron theories. Where is he? What's happened to him? Why isn't he here?
I wonder if he's on Cybertron still.
Well, Phil said that Shockwave was alone on Cybertron.
Oh, right,
Well,
right.
he said the rest of them were in stasis, but I'm like, wouldn't Megatron be the one rolling around if he was in charge? Or I don't know.
Right. He got ejected out of the arc like halfway through.
Oh, maybe there was like a pod, like with some other Transformers in it that ejected from the main ship.
Well, remember in the original cartoon, it's like the Decepticons caught up to them in their own ship. So
Mhm.
what if
Yeah.
what if Starscream betrayed him and like kind of tried to leave him adrift in space? So when Megatron comes back, he's gonna be less happy with Starscream than usual.
Or if they
Threw him out
if,
the airlock.
if they really want to be bold, do you remember what happened the last time Starscream threw Megatron out of an airlock? He came back as Galvatron.
Is that you? Here's a hint.
Ooh. You think they'll do that? Have Galvatron come in instead of Megatron?
It would. I don't know. Probably not. But
I mean, unless they want
Interesting.
to kill two birds with one stone, and yes, he comes back as Galvatron, and that's when we introduce Unicron.
right.
Oh, right. Right.
I'm going to my theory. I don't have a theory about where he is or anything, but I'm going to say we see Megatron by the end of like the first arc here.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the
Okay.
first. Yeah, I'm saying we get a year in, and then we get Megatron. And we might. What if we get a Decepticon Civil War? Like Decepticons are taking
Ooh.
sides between
Yeah,
Starscream and Megatron.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Just look up in the sky. Is that a train? It's an astro train.
It's an astro train. And will we see any quintessons in this series? I'm interested in that.
Well, they showed up in Void. Well, that one showed up in Void Rivals. So
Yeah.
They're out there for sure.
Mhm.
Are we going to see any of Mr. Ball Wink Gron Wink anymore?
The Junkions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. We can see some of that line of Transformers like Ultra Magnus, Hot Rod, because I mean that image where they were showing RC's on that image.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
She wasn't in that first issue though.
No, I mean, we'll look Ratchet, Wheeljack, and Cliffjumper, and also that. So
I'm hoping we eventually get one. My second favorite Autobot is Cup.
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 Love Cup.
yeah.
Yes, he's great.
I'm really surprised they didn't do like Ironhide, like a big bruiser character, but
Or Grimlock.
I'm excited that RC's on the team because there's not a whole lot of female Transformers.
It's true.
I mean, counting Prime, there's only like 5 of them in that image. So it's like, do you think they're going to stick with the team of 5, or are they going to add?
Maybe for a little while.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think they should keep it small for a little while and then gradually add some new characters.
That's what he said.
Oh,
not too small.
Transform and roll out.
there's a drop of that too.
Roll out.
There we go. Yeah, perfect.
All right. So, any other thoughts on this thing?
I'm just excited. So this is a once a month book, right?
Yeah, because the issue 2 comes out November 8th. So,
when's that first G.I. Joe book coming out?
Duke comes out December 27th.
That's my birthday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday to Russell.
Yeah, and then Cobra Commander comes out January 16th. So,
ooh, I'm really excited about that.
Oh man, there's gonna be some good stuff coming up for us.
Oh, and then the Larry Hama G.I. Joe comes out November 15th. So,
There's just no way I can catch up on all that. So that's
I
going to
know.
be a no for me.
So-
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm willing to jump on, but I'm like, I mean, I got some of the ones not from like right before 300, but
Right.
yeah.
And that's going to be Image as well. So I wonder how they're going to reconcile the whole numbering thing with the Marvel stuff.
Well, they already did that with IDW.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
when it went to IDW, they just continued the
Oh, they
numbering.
did.
that series. They continued the Marvel numbering. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That IDW it went to 300. I think this one they're going to start up at 301.
Yeah.
Oh my word, that's just so much. I can't.
Well, that's what I told Russell. I said I want to interview with Larry Hallman. And one of the big questions is going to be Transformers. I mean, GI Joe's awesome, but why GI Joe? For
Why are you so attached to this?
Yeah,
300 issues of it. Yeah.
no matter where it goes, it's been at least 3 different companies, and you're still attached to it.
Yeah.
You just can't get enough of that hard master.
Oh, well, who can?
The hard
Right.
master. Exciting times to be a pimp.
And of course, Void Rivals #5 comes out October 25th. So
Void Rivals.
And that's just a mini series, right?
I don't know.
Or is that an ongoing one?
That might be an ongoing. Well, that's one written by Robert Kirkman. So they probably told him do whatever you want.
I see. Okay. I thought that was just a mini series.
Yeah, I think he's the main man in charge of this whole thing. So it's probably
Yeah. I'm really surprised they did it that way. I thought for sure he was going to be writing Transformers, but no,
maybe he wanted to do an original something. Yeah,
but have Transformers in it.
Oh, there's the different cover to #4.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's another idea. What if Megatron makes his first appearance in Void Rivals? That's
Oh yeah,
if that's going to keep going for a while, he could show up there first. Yeah.
Oh, what if that's the thing? If they when they were taken off to chase the Autobots from Cybertron, if like Starscream just like basically I don't know like blasted him or something, so he's like, yeah, you're not getting on this ship.
Yeah.
Stay here and run out of energy. Boom. Bye.
Shot him in the back of the head or something.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
It was like I don't know really much about like our heroes in the Void Rivals, but like they come across this robot and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna nurse you back to health," and it ends up being Megatron.
Right.
I mean, there is like a conspiracy thing going on in these 2 planets in Void Rivals, unless Megatron's doing something there. I don't know.
As long as he tells somebody he's going to rip out their optics.
Their optics.
It's over, Prime.
I have the high ground. No. One shall stand, one shall fall. Stan Bush, hit it. No.
All right. Are we done?
We're done.
We're done. All right. So yes. So we'll be back in a month, kids, to talk issue 2 of Transformers, more Void Rivals. We still won't have G.I. Joe by then, so.
But eventually we'll get there.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there. So, all right. So send us your thoughts. What do you think of Transformers and Void Rivals? What do you think of the whole Energon Universe concept? Email us, well, especially if you're Daniel Warren Johnson. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon, where you never know what you're going to find. Lilith Hellfire's Drunken Rants, movie reviews. For the episode for October, Lilith and I are going to rank Scream Queens.
Love it.
Famous Scream Queens.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
So go subscribe there. Oh, join the Patreon Elite like these two.
That's right. Join us in the Elite.
Like Mr. Moz Manzor, and of course we boast the Hard Master himself as one of our patrons.
The Hard Master.
The High Priest of Khonshu.
Hey, eventually we're going to be talking G.I. Joe. The Hard Master is going to come up, right? Hail.
Yes.
Hard master.
Please, he has to.
The Hard Master is going to pop up, correct?
The hard master.
He'll make an appearance here and there.
Sex on the mind. Sausage.
And like I said, no matter what show I'm on, no matter who I'm talking to on our team, everyone's favorite drop is
Batman, my favorite character.
to a T. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I know Ray loves Batman. Yeah. That's your legacy, Ray. Russell, did you hear the one time, Ray messaged me? He's like, what the F? He's like, Finn's running around telling, yelling at me, Batman's better than Moon Knight. He's like, what did you do? I'm like, just has good taste. I don't know. I shouldn't surprise. I shouldn't ruin it. Me and Lilith were talking. We are like, man, we should send Finn like a Batman toy or something.
Yeah. That'll be worth the $45 shipping.
I know probably be easier to invent a teleporter.
That reminds me of Moon Knight Corps posted a screenshot yesterday from their Facebook group, and it was the funniest damn thing I've seen for a while. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. I know we're on the air here, but
I saw one today where like people were comparing Moon Knight to Spawn now.
Oh yeah, listen. Yeah. So it says there's a comment and on Moon Knight Corps, and it says, "Was there ever a badass fight between Deadpool and Moon Knights or Spawn? Isn't Moon Knight kind of a Spawn ripoff?" And Moon Knight Corps responded, "Moon Knight debuted in 1975. Spawn is from the 90s." And I just people are so ignorant.
Well, that's a few years ago I saw people saying, "Oh, is Deathstroke a ripoff of Deadpool?"
Oh no,
it's the other way around.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, Deathstroke premiered in like at least 10 years more, like 10 years before Deadpool.
Oh, no. Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Yes. Yeah, there's a difference there. Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah. Welcome to Rip-Offs and Big Boobs, the Rob Liefeld podcast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, what's the best part is like everyone that has taken Deadpool after him has done a better job.
Absolutely.
He's not even the best writer of his own creation.
Yeah.
The best line, the first time I talked to Fabian Nisa, Russell, I was like, "Oh, hey everyone, it's Fabian. He's the father of Deadpool. And he goes, "Oh, I guess that makes Rob his mother."
Well, with those big titties, she might be. Captain America.
Okay, childbearing hips.
I was gonna say, did you see that article? Did you see that? You can buy that art now. That should be worth like $5-10, right?
Yeah.
Well, he also recently drew the Sam Wilson Captain America, didn't he?
Yeah,
with the big boobs.
Yeah. It's his signature style. All right, I did our drops. Russell, do your drops first because Justin has a ton of them.
Well, when I'm not transforming and rolling out, you can find me on the Tomes of Evil podcast network with a smorgasbord of shows over there. You can also find Justin and I on Gamma Charge, the strongest Hulk podcast there is. And also Justin, the Hard Master, Ray, and our friend Sparky Malarkey do a Predator show, Predator and Prey, a Yautja podcast. A Yautja is a predator, if you didn't know. And I also just recently debuted Taste the Pod of Dracula, which is going through the rest of this month. That's going to be a seasonal thing. So, yeah.
You know what? You need to get Noel to do like a parody of that song. Be like, taste the pod.
I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. All right, and again, the king of podcasting. You could find. Well, he'll be on Energon Universe now once a month. You can catch him every week on Marvel Tales with me. You catch him the last week of every month talking that maniac Jean Paul Valley on We Are the Night, the favorite race
Batman
podcast. Yes, and of course, twice a month on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
Yes.
And again, he's on Gamma Charge. He's on Predator and P-Ray.
P-Ray,
Tomes of Evil.
Tomes of Evil. Gone the Form of Man. The Etrigan podcast is another one that Russell and I do.
Well, that's part of the Tomes of Evil. So.
Right. Yeah. You can find that on there. And also the Lost Library of Legends, which when this
2 years in the
episode
making.
comes out, 2 years in the making. And when this episode comes out, there actually might be 2 episodes of that.
Oh, bold words.
Bold words. We'll see if I can make it happen.
Hey, Justin, can I get that on Apple podcast? I'm just gonna wrestle the fall out of his chair. Russell almost fell over.
That's too good.
That's a good one, Phil.
Tapping my way down. Giant sized man thing.
Wow.
Related quickly.
All right.
Pardon me, no.
Oh, no. No. All right, kids. Yeah, you got Transformers, you got Void Rivals, got everything this week. Thank you for joining us. Again, come back in 1 month. Transformers 2, Void Rivals number 5, and more random nonsense.
Yes.
We are ready for some more power bombs and suplexes.
Oh,
and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop the elbow on you.
oh my god. What if somebody called like Prime the Ultimate Warrior or something?
Oh, yeah.
Got to watch out for those rampaging elephants, right, Justin?